Welcome back to 10 Cents Podcast. I'm your host, Robbie, and we are back from summer break, and I have Dusty Nixon and Matt Beck because he's busy with this podcast now, and Adam could not be bothered.
Where's Adam?
He's standing behind me in the corner.
Adam, yeah. Flatham has a perfect attendance record still.
That's true.
He has. So I just went to kindergarten orientation with my 5-year-old tonight. So Adam has no unexcused absences. So the school is very excited for him. If he's out, he brings a doctor's note. Flatham, not Adam. Adam, on the other hand, yeah.
I got to use someone else's kids as an excuse not to work late today, so that was nice. We have some crazy deadlines that have to be met, and just part of the project that I can't do on my own. Like it's not part of my expertise at all. And the person that is the expert in it had to go pick up their kids for your school, whatever, like you're doing. And I was like, oh, I guess we're done at a normal time today. Sorry.
Oh, darn.
Shoot.
The best thing about having kids is even if you don't need to pick them up, you can just say you're going to pick them up. So, it's just...
Man, he had this thing in his eye this morning. I don't know. I got to go home and check on him. See how naturally that just came up?
It's almost like you've used that.
Oh, no. We wouldn't do that.
Oh, man. But yeah, we're back as a threesome because we've been doing that regularly now, it seems.
Yeah, it's
or at least a twosome.
We even do it across state lines.
Into states... Actually, I had been there before. I was going to say, haven't been there before. Yeah, I've actually been to New York once.
Well, I've been to... Well, I'd been to Buffalo once before, but I've been to New York recently, but I did not go to the part of New York that we were in because that part of New York has nothing to do with the city part of New York, it turns out.
Not even a little bit. Guess where do we...
What? Western New York is a lot like West Virginia, more so than it is Manhattan.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's very... We'll get to it, but like I couldn't believe, like once I got to New York, I was like, all right, we're at a good stop. Next truck stop, I'll stop for gas. And it was just like, there's no truck stops. None. It's like little tiny gas stations in these little tiny towns. You'll get to the next exit, be like, whatever, quick stop, and it'll... Okay, great. I'll take that exit. And it's like, that quick stop, 4 miles into town.
And it's a plywood shack with 3 gas pumps in front of it.
Yeah, it was weird.
That all face each other somehow.
Yep. And then like I pull into this gas station and it's like actually set up pretty nice for a truck and trailer. So I pull in behind it because they're all taken. And I pull up behind this Jeep that looks like they're about to leave. And they look at me and they put the thing back. And then they go into the store. And I'm just sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me?
They go inside, they order a fresh baked pizza, and they go to the bathroom and
take a nice long dump.
Yeah,
they need to get a roll of scratchers and scratch them. You got to make sure you got to see if you got any winners or not.
No, the running joke for me the entire time was every time something minorly inconvenient happened or like someone was like that, I'm like, fucking New Yorkers. Like this literally everyone was super nice except for like any situation like that. Like it's because they're from New York.
Yeah, this wouldn't have happened in Wisconsin.
We could have
just gone to Road America again. Everything would be fine.
Yep.
Wisconsin, known for its hospitality.
True story. Would have been offered cheese and a beer.
Yeah, I mean, every concession stand at Road America did that.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a step back, pick up where we left off. We did Midwest Fest. Matt hung out here, flew home, flew back, and picked the best day ever to fly back.
Ooh.
Yep. So Matt,
what was happening up there? I had never been to Columbus, Ohio in my life. I guess that's not true.
Second time.
Second time. But I stepped out of the airport and I've been describing it as it felt like I was chewing cigarettes. It was the most brutal outside air quality I've ever been in. What was going on there? It also kind of looked like a zombie apocalypse when I was going through the terminal.
Yeah, so
Very hazy.
Was this related to Canada being on fire?
yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yep. So when Canada was on fire, all the smoke came here. And so the day that Matt flew in was the worst air quality on record for, I don't know if it was for Ohio or Columbus, but either way, it was the worst recorded air quality ever.
Even worse than Cleveland?
I think Cleveland broke a record too. DuPont wasn't on fire at the moment, though. So
Was the river burning too?
That would have pushed it for sure past whatever limit it had. But yeah, it looks like a movie out of like an apocalypse movie where it's just like everything's like been on fire and now the smoke is all settling. The sun can't actually break through the smoke, so it's got this orange haze, and you can taste it. And the weird thing was that it tasted like an electrical fire.
So bad.
Matt Damon is just trying to get home.
Yep. So then I pick him up at the airport, and like he comes outside and he's just like struggling to breathe, just walking to the car.
It was thick. It was really thick.
Yep. And then, much like when you came to Iowa, Dusty, I had to bring him to delicious, amazing food, but we didn't have time for that, so we actually just stopped at Freddy's and got burgers.
I thought you said it was a great place to go.
I do like it, but it's just a quick burger joint. There's nothing special about it. I
enough.
wanted to bring you to White Castle, a Columbus cuisine, but you weren't having that either. Actually, I wasn't.
I said it was okay.
I didn't want it.
I have been to White Castle before.
Yeah.
My lasting memory of that trip in 2023 was picking me up. I said, all right, we're getting some tacos. And I was like, I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas. We're in Iowa, and you're going to take me to get tacos.
They were delicious.
Sure. Let's take this on. Let's see how it goes.
Can you please describe these tacos? Because sometimes when I'm in the Midwest, I call it ingredients in a tortilla. So could you kind of give me a rundown?
So do you ever do y'all have Taco Buenos down there?
I'm aware of it.
So Taco Bueno
I live in Austin, so I don't go to Taco Bueno.
Yeah. So Taco Bueno has a thing called a muchacho that's basically like a flatbread with a bunch of stuff smeared inside it. It was basically those. So I was on board with it. It was pretty legit.
They were delicious.
They weren't like
They're literally. I
wasn't gonna order street tacos. I'll put it that way. But
They're literally called tasty tacos.
Oh,
And they are.
so you know it's good.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, so here in Austin, there's a gas station at the corner of my neighborhood, and they make like the most bomb breakfast tacos. And so you go anywhere, any hole in the wall place, and you got something good. So
Yeah.
I guess we're a little bit spoiled down here.
can you get a tire mounted while you eat that taco?
Not at this location, but you go about 3 blocks north if you can.
That's my gauge.
Yep.
If I can get a tire mounted within walking distance of when I'm getting the taco, I'm all right with it.
That's a fair gauge.
Yep.
But yeah, so he rolls into town. I pick him up at the airport because I'm a nice guy.
So nice.
And I
was going to Uber.
And I
Did you say the same thing to him when he walked up to you in the terminal that you said to me?
I don't know if I should say that on the podcast. I definitely shouldn't say that. I don't want my wife to know that.
He said, "Nice to see you again, buddy."
Yep, good to see you. Okay, well, let's see if I can say it in a way that isn't going to get me in trouble. I think what I said to Dusty was the last time
you were picking up a weekend fling. Just
Yep, the last time
I remember the story.
Yeah, the last time I picked up anyone at the airport, she was flying in for the weekend.
I was flying in for the weekend. It was basically the same.
It was before my wife. For the record, before my wife. For the record,
long time.
It was it was a long time ago. But yeah,
Just seeing a friend. I don't know how that's controversial.
no, I didn't say that to him. I've grown as a person. I don't. But I did.
2023 is so long ago.
Yeah. No, I brought him to this. I did the same thing. I brought him to Average Food, and then we had things to do, and we had to go work in a shop with air quality as low as can possibly humanly be. Definitely below safe levels of working outside.
Well, hey, we're in this silly hobby of ours to shorten our lifespan, right? So that's
that. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah. So we did that. 8 burgers. Ran to the auto parts store. I bought a battery for my lawnmower because I've been putting that off all summer, and I'm getting really sick of having to charge my battery to get it to start. And then we just needed to nut and bolt this car. Super easy stuff. Right, Matt?
yeah.
Dusty, I have a question I need to ask you. So, what is the purpose of a nut and bolt? Like, I just need an unbiased third opinion here. What is the point of a nut and bolt before
Job
race?
number one is to make sure
what are you
that
looking for?
yeah. Job number one is make sure that nothing's about to fall off.
Okay. Yep.
Like
Correct.
suspension components, exhaust, engine.
Yep.
The basic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You want to find something that's broken, right? That's kind of the point.
Yeah,
Of it.
I wouldn't want like the engine to like fall out the bottom of the car at the track day after I nut and bolted it. I would feel like my nut and bolt was not a very good nut and bolt. If the engine fell out of the car on the track. Yeah.
I just feel so harassed by Robbie for we did a nut and bolt and we found so many issues. Oh man, that was pretty late in the day though, wasn't it? Like I was how happy changing my spark plugs. It was like Robbie's changing his spark plugs. Maybe I'll put some spark plugs in my motor, and I did that. And then I ended up leaning. I don't know what happened. I think I was putting the intake tube back on, and I leaned against the motor, and it shifted about 4 inches. So I think that was probably like 9 or 10 p.m. And I was like, well, this night got quite a bit longer.
Yep. So yeah, we middle of the afternoon on Friday, we just kind of do basic stuff. Yeah, I changed spark plugs. I'm rolling under the car, just doing real basic stuff on mine because like I left Midwest Fest without any real repairs that I was aware of. Like everything worked the way it should all weekend. Needed spark plugs, oil change, stuff like that. Just wrote and then just give everything a once over, make sure everything's done and bolted. And that took me like I don't know, an hour, maybe.
You were sitting on the couch most of the day.
Yeah, but I had to find time to harass you and then then slow you down. Yeah.
Bring a dog out to distract them every once in a while.
That's true. They had to be outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did, in my defense, I did a very quick cursory nut and bolt before I left. And I knew for a fact that I had ripped my one of my splitter mounts apart. I've got one of the professional awesome ones that has these like kind of designed weak points in them so they'll break instead of ripping it out of the chassis. So, I was doing like I had a list of things I was gonna replace and check all the bolts and stuff, but yeah, having the motor almost fall out of my car was a little bit shocking. And so, but this actually was pretty cool because I got to teach Robbie a little bit about welding. He doesn't know much, so he just bought this brand new flux, and so I just showed him the ropes of like how it works and all the ins and outs.
Are you in my head? Because that's how I talk to myself about how I know about welding.
Oh, okay.
Because I
got it.
I go to work, things don't go well. I go home telling myself I'm the dumbest motherfucker on earth, and I don't know anything about welding. I just that is my routine every day now. I just want everyone to know.
He drives home every day, going, man. I wish somebody from Austin would just come up here and tell me a little bit about how to stick metal together.
Just teach me how to make metal penetrate other metal. Yep, that's just all I need.
No charge. That was a free lesson.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
No, the other day I made a comment because
you don't need to buy that HP Academy course after all.
Thanks, man. But I made things were not going well on this project, and I turned to my coworker and I was like, man, maybe I should just do something more my speed, like Subway or something. Like just make sandwiches because this is not working.
The tomatoes go on top, Robbie. God.
Damn it! There's no way I'd get that right. But yeah, so we figured out that his motor's mounts were extra doinked. And lucky for him, I had just bought a titanium flux welder for trackside repairs and light bodywork, stuff like that. And so I had it all ready to go in the box and the extra wire and got it all assembled for him because I'm a nice guy. And then,
so nice.
And then he had his motor mounts out, and then he started welding some shit together. And it was great.
I was very nervous about you having to look at my wheels, and then you taught me a new phrase. This will be a pass fail, I think is what you said.
Yes, it's a flux welder. You do it pass fail.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a pass fail, and we'll know by Saturday afternoon if it passes or fails.
Yep.
Friday morning, really.
Yeah. No, I mean it was fine.
No, we're not going to assign a passing grade on day one. Like we got
to earn
I see.
that.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked at them since to see if they survived?
No,
Okay, so we don't know if they passed yet.
I left my car at somebody else's house.
Classic. I'm surprised you're even home right now.
his car.
Same.
Dude doesn't.
His car is the only thing that's been gone longer than he has.
Well, yeah, no, it's I'm doing solo nationals in Lincoln, Nebraska in September, the week of Labor Day, and I know for a fact that the O2 bung on the driver's side, it blew the whole threads out, so my O2 sensor is just clanging around. So I know I need to fix that, but it's autocross, so if it held together for a race, it'll be fine for a 1 minute long run.
Is that your?
Just do open loop; it'll be fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that your important O2 sensor? Or?
It's the important one.
Okay.
So it was like this for spoiler alert. I ran the Tail of the Dragon last Wednesday, and I was watching the O2s, and somehow it was reading normal
99
I don't know if it's air velocity or whatever, but yeah. So it's reporting and doing stuff, but I'm hoping the Mtron has some protections against that stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I would just hope for. That's probably fine.
It was fine. It's a junkyard motor.
He's got
Just throw
another one
in there.
Yeah, he's got another one sitting there ready to go.
Yeah, it's
Got a
fine.
brand new one. Yeah.
He knows where 5 of them are at a good friend's house in Ohio that he can just swing by on the way to Lincoln.
Nah, he won't do that. He's all like, "Oh, those are DEs."
I don't touch or
It
even
is.
think about DEs, Dusty. I can't believe you'd say that. As a fellow HR brethren.
High readability.
But no,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that part.
Yeah, so like we had plans to like check everything on Friday, and then Saturday just kind of wrap up whatever we needed to do. No big deal. And then we were gonna go to Schmidt's Sausage House with E-Man,
That's right.
and then
Oh, so this is all E-Man's fault.
well, yeah, obviously.
Wasn't there a car show too?
There-
Or was that part of the?
Yeah, we were gonna. Yeah, Saturday morning we were gonna go to what do they call that? Arthritis, I think is what they call that. It's like it's a big car show, and then a bunch of money goes to charity.
We don't have to go there. We're there every day.
We're getting there. But yeah, by the time we spent all day Saturday fixing his car, we didn't get to do any of that. And I think, what did we even do for dinner? Nothing special.
We met E-Man, didn't we?
Oh, that's right. Because you had to go pick up your family. So we went downtown.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the bars.
I did that.
Yeah,
Forgot
we
about my
had
family.
Greek food out of a truck.
Yes.
I do remember that now. It's all a blur. It was just so much work.
It was so much fun.
Oh,
just
I
blends
would
together.
actually. I think this is really important. During dinner on Saturday, I almost got scumbagged into buying an entire turbo kit for an HR.
We were that close, Dusty.
I was.
We were that close.
Cannot believe it.
So
Was
E-Man
it like local up there?
yes. So E-Man
Yes.
has a friend that's been trying to sell a twin turbo set for a while, and it was to the point where he's like, "I will give you a buddy price," and he had posted the buddy price to his group chat. I don't know, earlier in the week, and we're sitting there, and
Missed
and
opportunities.
E-Man's like, "Yeah, he's still got it. It's probably I can't remember what the price was. Reasonable." And
Trust me, it's less than the cost of one turbo. I've looked into it. It was a shocking price.
Yep. And so E-Man texted him, but he had sold it like 2 days prior. We had already talked Matt into
so
it.
glad.
We were gonna go get it.
So I still
Boy.
have yet to buy the transmission for the 300ZX. So I was like, I cannot believe you're making me buy this turbo kit, Robbie and E-Man.
We were
Because I would have done it.
we were gonna do it.
Thankfully
Man.
it was
It's gonna be
sold.
awesome.
Well, I was also trying to convince him to buy was that a complete turbo HR setup that I sent that was on Facebook? Like 3 days before you left to go to Columbus.
So the great thing about the Z chassis is the exhaust like kicks into the frame rails of a 240SX, so I can't even buy a Z kit if I wanted to. But unfortunately, this was from an S13, a VQ swapped S13. It would have fit right in my car.
Mm-hmm.
My car would be turbo right now if I would have bought that thing.
Mm-hmm. So
my
idea
it got sold.
So my idea that would have been awesome was for you to buy this and take it up there, and then while you were fixing the motor mount bolts, the motor mounts, you could have just installed the turbo kit also. And
I would have saved myself time if I would have pulled the headers anyways. So
yeah,
true story.
Yeah.
And I had all the nice tools to like hold your engine in place when we fixed it.
Yep.
Just all fell into place, man. It was great.
I give Robbie's Garage 10 out of 10.
It is nice.
High marks. Yeah.
Robbie's DIY garage.
I'm batting 1,000 for having GLGT top 10s in my garage every year. It's not my car, but every year at least one of them's in my garage getting fixed and then doing well in GT.
Champions even.
Yep, one's a champion. Yep.
Yep. Defending champ still.
Yep. True story. Now, if only I could win something, even a little. I just give good fortune to others.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's like that. What was that Dane Cook movie where he was the one that they would date right before they got married? Yeah, that one.
That's me. Yep.
Good luck, Rob.
Yeah. Then Matt went on a 3-week vacation and then went to Watkins Glen where we saw him again.
Where are you getting these numbers at, man?
Reality.
Well,
I was gonna say you hadn't been to your
Summary
house.
Picks was a month ago, and you got home this morning. So
I'm at my house now. I'm at my house plenty. It's fine.
Your clothes are still in a backpack. Like you're not even unpacked yet.
Well, that's because he's getting ready for the next one.
Maybe. Those might be true statements. I don't know.
I was trying to think if anything else happened between that weekend besides just thrashing, which was like way more thrashing than way more than we meant
Thursday,
to.
right?
Was that me? Yeah.
You were working till Thursday, right?
Yeah, I worked a normal week. Well, besides Friday.
Yeah.
Well, and Thursday, duh, because I left.
Right.
This thought of I'm just going to nut and bolt the car and then we're going to have fun all weekend. It kind of reminds me of there's a meme with a raccoon looking out the window of a car with this like just real distant look on its face. And this is me riding in my buddy's car on the way home at 4 a.m. after we were going to just do that one simple project on my car that was just going to take like, Yes. Except you didn't have to go anywhere. Like your buddy didn't have to take you back home, but the raccoon with the look in his eye, that's the part that sticks out in my brain.
I was a little disappointed that we couldn't do the proper E-man hangs, and we were going to throw my car on the alignment rack and this and that. But I mean, so I had got under my car, and I was like, before I left in June, and I was like, well, I mean, it looks okay, like it looks fine,
straight-ish.
But like the motor mounts, which to be fair, I designed poorly. That's why they cracked.
They do have a shear point.
Yes, it's a single shear. I didn't build it. I'm gonna have to tear it all down again this winter. But
rectangles are the strong way to build it, right?
You don't think like cast iron, angle iron,
L brackets,
is the way to go?
L brackets with a rotating center.
Yeah.
Physics. The strongest way to make a point
physicist.
between two pieces in physics is an L shape.
A hard L.
Hard L.
Yeah.
A hard 90
in
with
single shear.
No chamfer.
I am not an engineer, unlike Mr. Beerhout over here.
I only gave you some shit about the design.
No,
I also gave you
the
solutions
reason
on how to fix it. And I fixed the current design.
I scoured his scrap pile, got the thickest angle iron I could get.
I don't remember what I used that for originally, but yeah, it was proper.
So good. It was like made. It's like you were making DQ motor mounts back or something.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, my car was ready to go. It took me like 13 minutes to get it all ready and started spit shining it. Got it nice and clean. Wait, no, I did it at the track. I waited. I just hung out with you.
This is what I don't understand. I washed my car with your pressure washer, which you told me about. You're like, hey, you can wash it here because I was going to go to the wash.
Yeah, this guy was going to drive halfway across the state
Yes,
to
it
go
was.
wash his car at a car wash and pay money.
Because I live in a city and I drive one block and there's a car wash here, so I'm just not used to it. But you had all the stuff, and so I'm out there washing my car, making it look all pretty, and then you show up with a dirty car to the track. It blew my mind. I didn't.
Oh, I never pressure wash this. I never pressure wash the Z.
That's crazy.
Ever. I will before I put it away for winter, but
got it.
But that's about it. Actually, mostly it's just the wheels. The wheels need it the worst.
Oh, I'm ashamed of myself. I finally have nice wheels for that car with my new Koenigs, and they're caked in 3 track days worth of breakdowns.
Normally, what my car looks like, so it's all good.
Yeah, because he rolls his wheels out there, and then he's like spraying off the power wash, and then I bring out like the wheel cleaner, so we're like spraying it down, and it's like changing color, and it's like blowing his mind because he hasn't seen it before.
So good.
We had a proper like just nice car wash. Neighbors got a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
bikini car wash in our house.
Yeah, Speedos, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
Crop tops.
Yep. Yeah, just another one of the tools of mine that he used. Just a great shop. I'm just saying, I have a great. It's just
you should do one of those membership based like car storage things where you have like the DIY lift and the detailing bay and everything, and it's only like a $250,000 buy-in, something like that.
I could get around that. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I was expecting a lift, and I didn't get the lift.
The lift is purchased; it's just not installed. It's E-Man's fault.
Okay.
It's at his shop. It's his fault.
This is all coming back to the same place.
Yeah, I paid for that like a long time ago.
Should we talk about your ladder work, Robbie?
My ladder? I kind of forgot. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
while I was busy working on my car, which was broken.
Yes.
He's out there just messing around.
Because my car was not broken.
And it worked, no issues the entire weekend. And so he's yelling at me from the other side.
It had no issues that weekend.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When you were here, my car had no issues whatsoever.
Flawless.
It was flawless.
It never even turned on. It was so.
It's not true. I turned it on once.
Oh yeah.
To make sure that there was oil in it.
So you're prepping for a lift, right? And then you were up doing your sketchy ladder work, putting up all those new lights.
Yeah. So So the one side of the shop where the bathroom is and like the furnace is, that the previous owner had like a woodworking shop in there. So that's obviously where the main area is. And then they have like an RV area that's behind it. And so it's like, 14-foot ceilings or whatever. And so like that, the first year I just kept my trailer in there. And now that I've kind of like expanded my whole shop, I've rearranged it so the truck goes in there. And then the lift is going to go in there. And so while he was working on his car and I had nothing better to do, I was replacing all of my shitty fluorescent lights with LED lights and adding more lights so it's nice and bright in there, just like in the other shop. And so to reach the ceiling, I had to put an old TV entertainment center in the back of my pickup, and then my ladder had to be tilted and then standing on that because I'm like I have a little like one of those little giant ones, so you like extend it, but one of the extensions on the one side is broken and had to be thrown away. So I only have the feet on one side, and then just the other side is just like half of it. So I extend it all the way, and then the other half just goes out and then sits on top of the TV stand in the back of my pickup. And so then I'm at the top of the ladder installing lights. My wife loves that.
So I used to work with a guy, right? And he was putting like OSB up on the walls of his brand new shop.
Yep.
And he had a ladder on top of some kind of scaffolding setup. I'm not really sure which, but like the whole thing kind of fell out from under him.
Oof. And
he no longer has shins.
Oh,
so
I guess that's better than no longer having skull.
And he was out of work for like a year. So
oof.
Your wife might have something on this.
I'm not saying
Well-
she's not right. It's like she's probably very right about this, having worked in the ER for years. But there was
Also,
he was right there. Matt was right there.
I was right there. I was.
You were right there to call
paying attention.
911 after it all came crashing down.
Yes. Well,
But all right,
to be fair, the
I
first
do feel like there is. We're missing a person who's also had some ladder issues. So I just it's sad that we don't have some color commentary from Adam about your ladder work.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah,
I didn't fall off.
Adam-
I didn't fall off.
Adam
the
You
ladder.
didn't fall. You
I didn't
You
fall.
Yeah.
Adam was standing on a perfectly good ladder that had both of its
With all
sides
limbs.
perfectly intact and still just ended up on the floor
Yes.
in like 0.2 seconds.
Mine was totally fine. It was fine. But I do have I have perfect lights now. Everything's good. It's all set
It's
up.
pretty good setup.
Yep. And then you took off with your family after they spent the day here, and then just my very hospitable house. And then
I randomly saw your wife.
not my
That's
wife.
right.
On I don't remember what it was. At lunch I went.
Friday. It was Friday.
Okay, yeah. So on Friday at lunch I go run by the Quick Trip to. I think I was stopping in there to use their tire pump thing because Quick Trip has free tire pumps, but it's almost always broken.
Were you in Sherman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I pull into the parking lot and I'm like, oh, hey, there's a fit. Oh, hey, there's like a slammed fit. Damn, that looks good. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
that fit's got Grid Life stickers on it. I know who that fit belongs to. What is going on here? Because he's in Ohio right now.
We were probably having lunch together, Robbie and I, when you saw my car randomly. In
I
Sherman,
think so.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your wife and your kid and I guess the dog
Yep.
were making their way up on the first leg of their journey, and we ended up at the same gas station at the same time. Because
Texas is a very small state. This happens all the time.
It's such a small state, and
You'll just
also
run into people.
and also how do people ever think they're going to get away with doing crime? I don't understand. I would run into somebody as soon as I decided to do crime, I would run into somebody I knew instantly. Oh no.
200% chance. Yes.
Man, I don't really want to sell this heroin, but I guess I'll try to sell this heroin to my high school teacher. Oh no. What are you
So
doing here?
On the other side of that trip, we were packing up. The days are kind of blurring together. I guess it'd be Sunday morning. So my wife's got all of our stuff that we, freshly laundered clothes and everything in bags and whatever. And so we've got a 5-year-old in a car seat, a spare car seat from the van, all of these clothes, and an 80-pound Great Pyrenees. And I was like, we're going to have to leave something here. It's not all going to fit in the fit at all. And then she gets it all packed up, and you can see out of the back window. These things are like black holes for stuff. It's crazy.
It's like the TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Yes. I told my buddy Evan that it was TARDIS yesterday. And I was like, it's ridiculous.
So yeah, then you took off and had a nice vacation before your vacation.
Yep.
And then your other vacation. And then I just worked all week. And then got up bright and early on Thursday so I could get there at a decent time after you had wrapped up your first vacation. Saved me a spot, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
And we drove through New York. Well, and Pennsylvania. And then New York, which doesn't have any sort of truck stops or any convenient gas stations. You're bringing a truck and trailer. So they should fix that.
Yep.
Well, that was a pretty uneventful, actually quite quiet drive. I will say, that's probably one of the more pleasant drives, long drives to a track that I've had in a long time.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I flew into Buffalo on Thursday, and the drive from Buffalo down to Watkins Glen was really cool.
Yep. So
all these little tiny towns along the lake.
I did the same route that Dusty did. Yep.
If you go straight straight north up beside Seneca Lake. It's like it feels like a mixture of like little California beach towns, but also like mountains. But like I don't know, it gave me the same vibes as like Big Sur in California. It was strange and cool. Like I want to go back, but
Yeah, so we went up basically to Cleveland and then just like straight over, and that drive was like very nice, minus the lack of gas stations. And then when you get like to Watkins Glen, you know you're close because it's like a shocking number of Confederate flags. like
I was going to say
unbelievable.
I was going to say that it got really hilly, but I guess there was that too.
No. The thing that stuck out to me was that there was like this, like a couple of miles of just like, like small houses all in a row. And every single one of them had a Trump and or a Confederate flag for like miles. It was the weirdest thing. It was like being in Missouri.
Or rural Texas.
What to say? So Robbie's telling me about this, and I'm like, I didn't really see any of that, but I guess my brain just kind of glosses over it at this point. It's just part of the fabric.
Yeah, it's just
like
it's the fabric of the scenery, I guess.
I'm clearly too used to Columbus. Now, if they'd just been all like pride flags and Buckeyes, I wouldn't have even saw them.
Yeah, you dirty libs get scared.
Oh God!
But speaking of coming into Watkins Glen, we stopped to get gas pretty close to the city, and I was shocked. I don't know why I was shocked, but I was filling up with gas, and Jessica runs over and she's like, "Your Grid Life's on the pump." I'm like, "What?" So I run over there and I'm filling up, and they had the Watkins preview ad that we've seen on YouTube playing on the pumps. So like I saw Ryan Christoph's car with Joel Morrison and Hurt Drift In and all this stuff. And it was kind of cool. I don't know, like just seeing like our little thing in like out of context was really neat.
It's not a little thing anymore, man. It's big time.
Yeah.
It's a big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Professionals.
The new group has spent a lot on advertising. Like I was seeing the couple weeks leading up to it, I was seeing ads every time I opened anything.
Yeah, any Google anything would be Grid Life ads. And then obviously Facebook.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm already signed up. Why are you advertising to me? But so we left the gas station, and I like to kind of just roll with whatever local station is, on the FM or whatever. And so there was Kyle was talking up Watkins in a radio ad right after I left the gas station. So they did everything. I bet they took paper ads out, like the dead tree papers,
Yep.
Even. It's crazy.
Wild. But they had a good turnout, I thought. But it's Watkins, so it's like there's so much room that there could have been 300,000 people there, and you wouldn't know.
It was hard to tell.
Yeah.
That's what, compared to how Road America felt, because Road America had this like central artery through the middle of it that everyone was kind of funneled into. I was like, Watkins is so spread out, and there's like 7 ways to get through the track. So it had a different feel overall. Just, it didn't feel like crazy packed. Like Road America, as big as Road America was last year, like everywhere I went, there was people.
Yes.
And it wasn't that great. Which Friday afternoon, I ended up getting down to the boot and there was nobody around, and I was like, this is all right. I'm okay with this.
Because even the paddock situation was like pretty spread out. Like, the polar opposite of Midwest Fest, where you can, you roll in and they're like, you just park over there. Take all the room you want. It's fine.
Yeah. Get in that area.
Yeah, on Wednesday night and into Thursday, apparently they were like real strict about like, no, you need to be like real close, and it's just like, look, what are you talking about? Why?
Yeah, they were being really real hard asses about it, like loading in, and I was like, can I be over there in the grass? My wife really wants to have her like little grass area for the kids to play around in. You're like, I don't know, I got to go check with somebody. But then, like, by the time you rolled in, there was like 4 spots that
like right there.
We ended up just using them later in the weekend.
Yeah, I just pulled into like, so like they had like big huge spots, and then like all the Canadians pulled in like the backwards way, so they would, their cars would load in backwards, like into my paddock space. So it was like wide open. I'm like, I'm just gonna park here. You're clearly not gonna like load right now. It's fine. And then I got to park right next to you guys, and it seems legit. It worked out perfectly.
It's great. Yeah, paddock was awesome.
Yep.
Canada, they're used to doing things a little bit differently.
Yep.
Plus, they're Canadian, so they're too polite to tell me no. Like, I'm just gonna park here. Is that fine? Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it was never an issue, obviously. But yeah, Watkins Glen, beautiful racetrack, beautiful facilities. I loved it. I mean, I loved the track. I thought it was amazing.
I could have. I couldn't help, like, they're both from the 50s. They're both like classic racetracks. So the whole weekend, I'm just like, how would this be at Road America?
Yep.
And I also am like, I am unashamed. Road America is the coolest place on earth. And this had a really hard act to follow because it wasn't Road America, turns out. But yeah, there was things that I like, mainly like food.
It was so much better, is what you're saying?
No, like Road America, like there's two badass concession stands like right in the middle of the track that have
Goated.
all kinds of awesome food, and they're open at 6 a.m. and they've got coffee and awesome breakfast, and they're open at lunch, and they've got brats and all kinds of different, like local kinds of stuff.
New Glarus on tap.
Is that real?
And
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They have like awesome, cool local beer. So, but Dusty, I agree with you. The facilities like don't compare to Road America, but I thought the track was like so much cooler. Like
Yes.
I that's my favorite track.
The track
I've
itself,
ever
yeah,
driven on. And which I was not expecting that. Like I've been simming it obviously, but like just being on there and like feeling that elevation change in person was like crazy. And then Road America just like breaks my car every time I go there.
Happens.
Yeah, like the track itself, I can see being a lot more fun, especially in a lower power car than what Road America is. But man, like there was like one little tiny concession stand next to the paddock that had like a $16 hamburger and a $10 hot dog that were like just they were fine. They were concession stand food. And then there was a convenience store thing way out by the boot. And like I think that was it.
Yeah, I was gonna say besides food trucks,
Other than a
Red
couple
Light-
of like
yeah.
food trucky kind of things in the festival area, which I never found my way to in my running around during the day.
We walked by them at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and I had just eaten, and a couple of them looked really good, and I was tempted to just eat because they looked good, not because I was hungry at all. And then Jess is like, "Dude, you just ate." I was like, "I know, but did you see that cheesesteak?"
So yeah, like on Friday, I don't think I didn't eat much for breakfast, and then they have at the paddock concession stand they had a Glen dog, and it's like brioche bun and this topping and that topping, and like I got it, and like this is a regular ass hot dog with like some weird like onion relish and a strange mayonnaise on the top of it, and that's
It does not look great.
that's kind of it. No. She handed it to me, and I was like, "No, I got the $10 hot dog." Oh, this is the $10 hot dog. Sweet, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I even ate it there at all because we
Nope.
everything was the town was so close. We went in and got some supplies, and I remember we made some lunches or dinners or whatever. Oh no, we went down to eat into town most nights as well.
Yep,
So I think I just get all the concessions.
Yeah, Thursday night we went into town and we met up with like Scott Robertson and that crew. And it was like a bunch, like it was kind of like I thought it was gonna be like Scott and like a bunch of people I knew, and it was like Scott and that group of people that I do know, and then this like big crew of people that I kind of only had met in passing, maybe once, if ever. And so like we go into this Thai restaurant. I can't think of the name right now, but it was amazing. And then
Thai elephants.
Elephants, yeah.
yes, and they had to like split us up into like 3 different tables, and so like
we sat down at the table that we didn't know anyone at.
Yep. And so then
Well, except Becky.
Yeah. So it's Scott and Becky, and then people we don't know, and then Scott's like, okay, I'll just go sit over there then. It's like, okay. And yeah, but I mean, they were. I mean, obviously they're awesome, and it was really good food. But
And it turns out, whenever you have a party like that, they add gratuity, which none of us realized until after we had filled out the thing and left.
they got a
Nice.
20-something% tip or a 40-something% tip for me.
Yeah,
because
mine was
crazy.
at least.
It was
mine
eight-
was
it was-
at least that.
It was 18% plus the 20 or so that I put on top of it.
Yeah.
I was like that was kind of expensive. As I walk out the door, I was like, and I looked at the ticket. I'm like, that's because you just paid double. You literally doubled your bill.
Because we don't go out that much, and the times that we do, we go to places that we like. They're local and we know them, and like I always just I just throw a number on, like I take the 20 and I just add on top of it a decent amount.
Always.
And I did that. So yeah, because I got
50% tip.
yeah, I got 2 sushi rolls and it was $30, and I was like, in my brain, like I got out of here eating sushi for $30. That's
fair.
normal. And then I realized that I got 1 good roll and then like just a generic roll that was only $7. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that maths.
Yeah.
But I got one called a NASCAR roll, and it had a checkered flag stuck in the top of it.
It looked amazing.
And I highly recommend it.
I hadn't had peanut chicken in a long time, so I went with that. A proper Thai dish. So that was amazing.
My favorite part of the city proper is all the sidewalks are checkered flags, and then they had flags on all the light poles, and so my 5-year-old was like, race flag, like the whole time. Every time we were down there, it was very, very cool.
I appreciated that every third building was an ice cream shop.
Also that, yeah. And then the starting line, so the history of Watkins Glen was it was originally just a race on the road, and the starting line was in front of the courthouse, and so there's like a line on the street and then a big pedestal that's got a checkered flag and a green flag on it that marks that. And I think there's historical markers around a lot of the corners and stuff around the original course. And like part of what I wanted to try to do, and then I just ended up, we went to town and then we never left the track again until it was time to go back to the airport, was I wanted to drive the original track, because
Oh, yeah.
knowing what the rest of the roads look like there, it's got to be wild, because it's crazy hills. Like to get from town up into the track, my poor little Hyundai Tucson rental car was like in second gear, just chugging its ass off to get up the hill.
I was thinking about that, like, because you get through that light, you go up the hill to the right there, out west, I guess. Yeah, just thinking about, rocket shipping through there in a home-built, tube frame car from the 60s or whatever. Like, that's so nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just finished the Mark Donahue book like a month or 2 ago, and he was talking about running there in like MGs that were made in the 40s and 50s, and running 100 miles an hour on public roads with your elbows aren't even in the damn car.
Leather cap.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not the car with Sam Smith and Ross Bentley and Jeff Brown. They had like a history of Watkins Glen thing a while back that's really cool. That because Sam's like, I guess Sam's from that area originally. His dad had been involved with a bunch of the racers that had been there, and tells a lot of the stories of those original races that were on the road before they got a bunch of drivers and spectators killed, and they told them, no, you can't do this anymore, you lunatics. Figure out a safer way to make this happen.
Probably a fair
Which is the same
request.
way that Road America started. So
Yeah.
I think they did a
Cool.
good job with the track.
Yeah, they really did.
The graphic that Kyle posted, or whoever did, where the Watkins Glen over time, I thought was phenomenal. Whoever's idea was
It's Kyle.
was awesome.
Kyle kills it with that type of stuff.
Very cool.
yeah, the history lesson at the beginning of the events whenever they're running at a track like that is really cool.
Yes.
And I mean, it's wild to get to go to a track like that and, compete. Like, lots of people go there and do track days or stuff like that, but to be able to get on it and run competitively is a really cool deal.
Sometimes we have to
in my little hoopty that I built in my own garage, it's kind of surreal being on these like historic tracks sometimes.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. Oh, then before we went out to dinner, we went and sight saw in the town, and we went to their state park and hiked through that, and it's got to be one of the most scenic places I've been in a very long time. And like we're just walking around, and Jess is like, "We need to come back here for like a whole week and just maybe go to the track and watch whatever's going on then, and then just be a tourist and vacation here." That town is amazing.
Yeah, so we left the track and asked Matt where he was. He said, "Oh, we're doing the Gorge Trail. We're going to go to the falls." Okay, cool. So we look that up and we head to the national park. And after some trials and tribulations, we pay $10 at the gate because I'm not very good at doing gates, getting into parks. And also there was like 5 cars behind us as I'm doing it. I'm like, no pressure at all. No pressure at all. Don't be the idiot in the out-of-state rental car that's screwing everything up for everyone else. And then we took a scenic tour through the entire park, trying to figure out where we needed to park to get to the trail the closest way we could.
Then we were politely reminded from the New Yorker that we were going the wrong way down a one-way.
Yeah, we ended up on a one-way that was just wide enough for one car. Luckily, there was places to pull off as we passed other cars who were looking at me like I was a complete moron, because I am.
Yeah,
I'm driving here.
We are, but we don't need to be reminded.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm from Texas.
I'm sorry.
And then so we finally find the place to park and then get out and go down the trail, and we're like just trees and like down a hill, up a hill, across a hill, and then there's a bridge. And we get out on the bridge and I look down and realize that it's like a 200-foot drop down to this narrow little river that's at the bottom of this giant gorge. And holy crap.
It is a proper gorge.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, like how I found out about the park is the Watkins Glen Grid Life shirt was like an artist rendering of it, but it was like kind of gas pumps as the gorge walls, whatever. It's hard to describe without seeing it. But anyways, so I'd seen that, and then we were in the town, Jessica and I on Wednesday night went to go get some wings at this barbecue place, and we saw like pictures, and I was like, what is this place that I keep seeing these pictures of? And so I found out that it was the park, and so it's shocking. Like, it's got to be there's probably other examples of this, but like there's so much to do within like 5 minutes of the track, 10 minutes of the track.
Yep.
Because there's like that river, like you can go out and boat and do whatever, and then there's the state park and obviously the track and all that stuff.
It's like that gigantic lake. Yeah, that gigantic lake is right there.
But yeah, if you're looking to go to a track that's family friendly, highly recommend Watkins Glen. And I had the same exact take that Jess did. I was like, I could be here for a week. Yeah,
because we were talking about like what to do this fall, like just like as like a long weekend or whatever to get away. Because we really haven't done, we did like family stuff, but like we really haven't done like, hiking weekends or like just weekends, just us. And we're like, we could just come back here for like 3 days and actually not go to the track.
Yeah.
So maybe this fall. But yeah, it was beautiful. And then like we're walking through it, and they got like the built-in steps and stuff so you can safely walk down to the bottom of the gorge. And like we're walking around, and like
it's crazy though.
Yeah, Dusty and I were like looking up around, and like it's crazy that water did all this. And I was like, yeah, even the stairs.
So I looked at you, and I was like, so just water did this, right? Like talking about just the fact that it's like just 200 feet cut straight into rock. And Robbie's like, yeah, it's crazy. And then he looks over at Jess and he's like, it's crazy the water made these steps, huh, Jess? And she looked at him like she was going to throw both of us into the bottom of it.
Because it turns out I'm not that funny.
So I had messaged my group chat that's got my buddy in it that I crewed the SRO team for. And so he's been to Watkins Glen 100 times. And I sent a picture from the track, and he's like, "Oh, you should go see the gorge if you haven't, if you've got time." And I'm like, "Actually, turns out, already been there."
Yep. We did a good job of like doing the things outside of the track this time. I felt like I spent more time away from the track than I have when going to a race weekend in a long time.
Yeah. It felt like a better balance than what
Yes.
a grid life weekend normally ends up being. And not just because there was like 5-part store runs or something like that.
Shh. That could happen.
I was going to say,
that could happen to anybody.
Considering the thrash Robbie did on
What do you
Friday, this
thrash?
is pretty impressive that you got away.
It wasn't that bad. So, anyways, let's get to the weekend. So, as like talked about earlier, car was great at Midwest Fest. Besides the fact that it felt like hot garbage on track, mostly the track to blame. But like did a few minor setup things to go kind of back to baseline to undo all the crazy shit we did to try to get some sort of rear grip in the car at Midwest Fest. Other than that, car's ready to go. Go out on track, do practice, off pace. Obviously scared of the track because it's a big boy track where a lot can go wrong. So getting my feet wet, getting ready, just getting up to speed.
It's got plenty of runoff at least.
Right into the barrier.
Does it?
There is no runoff whatsoever.
Well,
maybe turn
just
one.
also
I guess.
in our brains, 3 cars got written off on the test day. So I don't know about you, Robbie, but I was definitely
It was fresh.
considering that on my
was
first
fresh
session.
in my mind. Yes, the fact that three of our competitors were already gone before we'd even got on track.
Yep.
So it's wild to me that, and I've always thought this about that place. It's in the middle of nowhere. Like,
Yes.
there is nothing around it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the walls around the track are basically a street circuit.
Yes.
It's always been confusing to me why it looks like it does whenever it's just in the middle of a field.
Is it technically a grade 2? It's not a grade 1. FIA, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know it's not the
it's
only
not grade
the only
1.
grade. Yeah, the only grade 1 is Coda.
I could,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Well, I
I'd
mean,
have to-
because it used to host F1, but like I think that's before they really did the official like grading. Don't quote me on that. Actually, no.
Did
Quote me on that. I
F1
know
go
for
into the
sure.
boot?
I don't think so. I think that was
No, so
Pre.
yeah, from 56 to 70 was like a totally different configuration.
yeah,
The
Way
S's,
older.
the S's, and the what is now the back straight down to the end of the straight were kind of the same, but the whole rest of the track is totally different.
Well, so turn 9 is what got those 3 cars, and
Yep.
that's the one that I was kind of worried about. But yeah, if anything happens with your car,
you're in the wall.
you're hitting that wall at you're not necessarily going that fast, but like it's a concrete wall.
Well, it's got so it's the weird dip that'll unsettle the car if you're not prepared for it. And the problem is like to do it quickly, you need to hit the dip, and then your car has to be like scraping its mirror against the wall on the right side. And so like if you're leaving any gap to the wall, you're leaving time on the table. And so if you're trying to be fast, you're putting yourself right into a impact zone basically. And then if you're coming out of there at speed and someone's already had a boop, and you're not going to see them until you're right on them. So, and that's what happened to the one car, is that they came around the corner to someone that had just had an accident and
It was a tough video to watch. Yeah, because that guy, there's nothing he could do.
No, yeah, he was just a
Second guy.
passenger at that point. So, yeah, obviously those videos fresh in our mind because it literally just happened. Yeah, but yeah, practice
So
went pretty good. Go on.
Oh, sorry. The media side of this, they sent a map that had a bunch of like
Oh shit! I was
red
just-
restricted, do not go here or we will pull your vest kind of areas on it. And I was looking at it going like, what's the deal with these? Oh yeah, I've eaten that wall in Assetto and that one. And I've hit that one real hard. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These make sense.
Yeah, they're literally danger zones. But yeah, practice went well. Yeah, just slowly getting up to pace because I'm not a time attacker. I'm not great at that. So came in, pull it into the grid, or pulling in towards paddock. Kind of get pulled up by the dyno. Come to a stop. and my car just doesn't move anymore. Running fine, shifts into gears fine, but when I try to release the clutch to move, the car just like bogs down and stalls and dies, and just like won't turn the tires. And so something's locked up, and so clearly we can try to push it, and it won't go anywhere because the rear wheels are locked. And so they go get a tow truck, and we drag it back to the paddock, and my diff is locked up. There's like nothing I can do to get it to work. And so, no choice but to tear it apart right then and there. So get the car up in the air, get the diff out. Yeah, we're thrashing to see what's going on with it, right?
To tell the alternate perspective of this,
Please.
I'm out on course. I'm taking pictures. Robbie goes by, Matt goes by, Robbie goes by, Matt goes by, Robbie goes by, Matt goes by. End of session. Everything's fine. They were out there for the last lap. I do something. I don't remember what I did. Kind of took me a little bit to meander my way back over because at that point I was still walking around and not just taking the car. And I walk back up to the paddock, and there's a tow truck with the back of his car hooked up to straps, and it's up in the air, and they're dropping it on jack stands. I'm like, what the hell happened?
All right, so I was even more confused than you because I was right in front of Robbie for that whole, probably the last 2-3 laps of that session. And so we go into paddock. I'm like, we're going to go back and kind of debrief, I'm sure. And then Robbie just stops at the gate. And I was like, did they call him to impound? Like, why? It's practice one. Like, why would anybody need him to be there? I could not for the life of me understand why he was stopped. And so, but after having the entire 20-minute session in front of him, so I park, and then I see his car getting dragged over by the tow truck. I'm like, how did you break your car between...
At 0 miles an hour. I broke it at 0 miles an hour, just so we're clear.
It broke my brain.
I didn't break it at 130. I broke it at 0.
The perfect racing car crosses the finish line
and immediately falls to pieces. So tow truck driver was great. Worked with, we got it back. He helped put it on the jack stand so we didn't have to do any extra work there. And then, tore into it right away, even before it really got cool. And so, get the diff out. It's like there's not like a bunch of metal chips or anything in it, So it's not like when I pull the plug, it's not like covered in metal. The magnet's basically clean. And then get it out of the car, and it takes quite longer because I can't turn the wheels to reach the top bolts, so it's like kind of a hassle. And then get it out, tear the cover off, and what greets me are all my ring bolts. Fucking all of them. And then I'm sitting there like...
The threads look great on them, too.
Most of them.
Except for the ones that were bent in a 45-degree angle.
Those ones didn't look great anymore. Those ones didn't look great. And so it's like I immediately had flashbacks to when we grenaded the Sadev at Sebring, because that's how that one got grenaded, is that the ring gear bolts backed out, and then it shot a bolt through the bell housing into the engine and ruined the engine and the transmission at the same time. And it did that on track, so it actually spun the car, and then he slightly hit the wall. So it was just so much damage on that car all at once. And so it's still insane to me that I made it the entire session. Who knows how long those bolts were floating around in there, or how many of them were loose. And by loose, I mean no longer part of the assembly. And then they settled on the bottom when I come to a stop, and then gets lodged at 0 miles an hour, not 130, not as I get in and brake to go into the boot. None of that. Wild. But yeah,
so as I said at that time, this is proof that our luck is changing.
This is good luck disguised as bad luck.
A year ago or 2 years ago, it would have done it going into turn 9.
Fact. Or 1.
We're things are looking up.
Yep. So while I'm doing that, your buddy Evan, Yes. Evan is on Marketplace finding me a diff. Finds one. Guys come to the track. He'll be there 4:30. So getting mine all torn apart.
Because every VQ scumbag within 200 miles was headed to Watkins Glen.
Fact.
He was a drifter. That's what VQ guys are.
That's true. He was. So I get it all torn apart, completely disassembled. Get the whole paddock smelling like gear oil. The diff is in good shape, actually. A few dings in it. That's about it. The teeth on the ring is like perfect. The pinion looks perfect. So I just disassemble everything.
Man. I can't believe that ring gear looked so nice.
Oh, it was spotless.
I would have never, ever,
No.
ever thought that there were bolts getting back in that thing.
Crazy.
Which I guess probably just tells us how loose they were.
Yep. And I thought about that because I rebuilt that diff. It's 3 years ago now because when I switched to the 409 gear set, it was 3 years ago. And so it ran 24, 25, and all of this year. Because last year I had broken one of those, or some of the fins on my cover, a couple, in that crash at Road America. And last summer I got a replacement cover. So when I did the oil change in it, I just dropped the whole thing, replaced the cover, and gave everything a once over. So it was good a year ago. I mean, I didn't like re-torque all the bolts, but they weren't loose. So somewhere between July of 25 and July of 26, I somehow loosened everything. And we'll now be using red Loctite from now on for everything.
The reddest Loctite.
The reddest, most caked on Loctite you ever did see.
Do you think that this is something that you would normally catch in a nut and bolt?
No.
No.
When was the last time you nut and bolted your diff before an event?
Never. Not the inside.
When I bought my Geiken, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that those bolts had ran 3 years, and I don't know if it's just because like we're revving out higher, or like maybe I'm just finally abusing it more, and it finally got hot enough to be a problem, or it took 3 years to be a problem. Because this is not the first diff I've built or rebuilt this way, or have had apart and put back together. So I mean, and I was really confusing myself because that one that E-Man gave me last year, I completely disassembled and like inspected everything and then put it all back together. And I was confusing myself on if that was this one, and that's not. It's the one I sold you.
That was the Geiken.
No, that was a Tomy. Liar.
You lied again.
Yep. So swap everything over to the new housing, because that's really all I needed was the housing, because it just like all I did was just like one crack in the housing, and then I needed new bolts, obviously.
Well, and the one that we got as a replacement was an automatic.
Yep.
Which it turns out nothing transfers over into, or nothing can interchange as far as individual parts. Like
Nope.
the housing is the same, but everything inside it is totally different, apparently.
Yes. Yep. So the pinion and the ring gear on that one with this diff don't work. So I had to completely disassemble the housing and then eyeball a torque to feel for the pinion. Because obviously I had to reuse one of the squish washers, or the collars, and I don't have the ability to do the torque spec and all that stuff at the track. So we just were like, feels fine. And then
3 Ugas,
yeah,
2 Dugas.
Yeah, assembled everything back together, gave it the old that backlash feels better than what I had.
Yeah, whenever I put the Quaif diff in mine, we put it together back with the shims the way they were, and it was like clank, 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 and then we just switched the shims side to side. Money. Okay.
This one I just threw it all together. Seemed fine. Actually, better.
I was shocked.
Better than
how
what
well
I had.
I after reading how to set the backlash online, I was like, oh, he's screwed.
No, sir.
It was fine.
It's these tuned engineering hands knew what backlash needed to be.
Yep.
Felt like about 0.69 thousandths to me.
It's fine. It's fine. 6.9, 420, something like that. Maybe 6.7. I don't know.
Story of my life.
Yeah, so obviously missed practice 2 and qualifying. Got it all back together. Took it for a spin. Car felt fine in the paddock. Got the cheer from some of the competitors that had been watching me thrash all afternoon. Got to do a hardship lap. Everything felt fine. Went out for race 1. So, like, I had emptied the catch can after practice and then went to go top it off because I hadn't topped it off since my oil change. And I was like, just put, just a little extra. And, like, Joe and I had just been joking about how fucking terrible it is to read my dipstick when it's like perfectly clean oil.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes. So and so like we had just joked about this and so like I'm looking at it. I was like, that looks full. And we go out there, and by it looks full means it's way fucking overfilled. So
it's literally swimming.
So go out for practice or go out for race 1, and it's like pushing oil out the dipstick. So the car is smoking like crazy because all the oil is going onto the header and then down the exhaust. So I, come back in. Yep, I think that's all it is. And sure enough, that's literally all it was. Just luckily the car wasn't on fire, and it wasn't anything more serious. Just super annoying. Race 2 was good. Moved, started in the back, obviously. Moved my way up. Race 3 was a fucking shit show for everyone, including Matt passing under yellow.
I was hoping to not talk about this.
I think
I don't even want to be here.
Like 13 people got disqualified. Like there was so many bad accidents. And like there was like multiple bad accidents, and then like nobody saw the flags and everyone just ignored them. So like I'm battling with
Robbie saw the flags.
I sure did. I'm battling with Justin Lee.
Yeah,
and then
Robbie went from starting 30th to starting 12th.
13.
Based on penalties.
Yep. I started 38th, I think was where I started originally, the first race. And then, so race 2 went pretty good. I worked my way up into I think it was 28th. Race 3, I worked my way up to 16th. Yes, 16th. And then, so I just kept my nose clean for those 2 races. Raced pretty well. Had some good battles.
We have to, if we're talking about race 3 real quick, we have to pour one out for Stubbs.
Oh, that was brutal.
Man. Yeah.
You never like to see the Z go down, but yeah, he took the brunt of it, and that was awful. That car
it was not fun to see his car pancaked.
No, that car's done.
Yeah, I was shooting at the exit of the bus stop and caught the whole sequence of the BMW coming through the grass in the bus stop and narrowly missing like cars parted around him as he came back onto the track in the exit of the bus stop. And then everyone gets through and the dust settles, and I look across the track and I'm looking straight on at the front of his Z with the entire front end knocked off of it.
Yeah.
And I literally yelled, "No!" and then held my breath because he was still in the car, and I was reasonably sure that that things were cool, but until the door popped open and he got out of it, I was legit holding my breath.
Yep.
Yeah, he pinballed like off the wall too.
It was a rough hit.
After seeing the video of it, I was like even more taken back by it. Like, it's
literally everything you don't want to see in your race.
Yeah, I haven't had that feeling standing next to a racetrack since I shot that flat track race, and there was a couple different incidents on that where riders are just like laying on the ground on the back stretch, and you're just like, "Ooh, is he cool? Are we cool? Is everything all right?
Does it feel all right?"
Okay. okay, I don't like this part. I want the exciting side by side racing part. I don't want the is my buddy okay part. That part's not cool.
No. So yeah, race. Yeah. So
luckily he was just shaken up, but
so
cars no bueno.
The field did a very not great job of handling that. So the accident happened in the bus stop, and I mean, I understand it's racing, and like you go until you see a yellow flag, and so everyone's going for it. Like as soon as you get through there, like I mean, there's cars like clearly just they're
yard sale.
They're gonna be towed off and you're gonna get a full course yellow, and you know it. But everyone's full throttle halfway through the bus stop. Like there was no hesitation. Like the entire field, like myself included, we just iRacing style. They're gone now. We go racing again. And so the next two turns, we are racing. We are waiting for the flags or moving forward. And
this is also race one, so everybody's still side by side, which made it worse.
Lap one.
Sorry, lap one is what I meant.
Yep.
Well, so it's also the way the bus stop and then that transition down to 6 is like, if everyone just lets up and checks up real fast, like that's going to be a disaster also.
Yeah.
Did you see the video where Waldbaum, like I swore he hit the Integra, but he had to check up real hard in the bus stop, and he said he didn't hit him, but they probably micro booped.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah. So like we get a couple corners in, and then see the yellow flag, and then Justin's like waving out the window to me, like in the passenger side to make sure I don't miss it. So like I'm on his bumper, and then Matt totally misses it because there's a Miata and a 350Z between him and the flag. So then he cuts in on the inside and then realizes it. But then the BMW, like the entire next corner and then the next straight passes all three of us. It's like, that was bad awareness. But that was like one of maybe 13 people that got DQ'd that race, not counting the accident and then, people that didn't make it. So yeah, started race 4 in 16th place. Worked my way up to 13th place, and then I think I ended up back in 15th or 16th on the last lap, and then I am battling with Joe in the blue,
the
E30, and so we're going into the bus stop, and I shift from 5th. Going to, obviously I would go to 4th, and I go to 2nd. And like in that split second, the arm motion didn't feel right. But I was like, I'm committed, and I'm not going to realize my mistake until it's too late. So I shift from 5th to 2nd, and then the car's immediately sideways, going into the bus stop, aiming right at the Armco. Somehow, drifter takes over, snap it back straight, miss the Armco, immediately straight through the bus stop, and then I coast all the way around to the NASCAR cutout, so I'm off track. But I'm shifting gears, trying to grab 4th, engines revving to the moon, like there's nothing connected because I had snapped my drive shaft off. And then come to find out later that I didn't know I had snapped the drive shaft off. I assumed I had lost the transmission. So came to a stop, talked to Jess like on the radio. I was like, I broke something. They came and got me. We figured it out. Got back to the paddock, pulled the remaining bits of the drive shaft out, so it's not just clamor around in there. Get it on the trailer, and then I get home and I start diving into it later this last week. Thought I had a good picture here. Hold on, right there. So then I get home and kind of assess the damage. So obviously the drive shaft snapped, and 350Zs come from the factory with carbon fiber drive shafts. So I'm really hard on shit apparently because I broke a carbon fiber.
That's factory?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
350Zs have carbon fiber drive shafts from the factory. Yes.
Oh my god, I thought it was like a race part.
No.
For the same reason that Pro Mods have carbon fiber drive shafts, because they just, whenever you overload them, they just break apart and they don't like
Yeah.
twist in half and then
Spear.
destroy the entire floor of the car going ah.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Still do.
So the funny part of that is whenever we get the new housing for the diff on Friday, I was like, so the other diff has the solid bushings in it. I was like, we're going to try to get the solid bushings out, or he's going to leave the stock rubber ones in there. Robbie's like, yeah, we'll just leave the stock rubber ones in there. I don't know that the solid ones aren't coming out of there, much less getting pressed into the other housing.
I would like to confirm that the solid ones are not coming out. I spent some effort earlier this week trying to get them out, and outside of cutting them out, they're not coming out.
Yeah.
I will just pay $100 for new bushings.
Yeah.
I'm not spending 3 afternoons destroying a housing to get bushings out. I'm not at that point in my life anymore.
Anymore. So he sends me a picture of the diff after getting in the car and doing a post-mortem on all this, and it has ripped these bushings like clean apart. Like the bolts and the sleeves are fully pulled out of them.
Yep.
Which probably saved the transmission
Everything.
and the engine.
Yep.
Because
had I had
that
this,
all twisted up and took up the force of the money shift rather than the rods and the pistons and the transmission gears.
Yes. Yep. So it ripped the bolts clear through both bushings in the front, snapped the drive shaft off, basically right at the end of where the metal insert for the yoke goes. It just sheared that right off. One of the bolts that goes through the bushing into the car is shaped like a banana, and then the other one was actually totally straight. But the diff appears to have no damage. Everything seems fine. The engine, once I took the drive shaft out, we did a quick sanity check just to see if there's like obvious problems. The engine seemed fine. The transmission seemed fine. I have yet to at least do an oil change on them just for a real sanity check. That's coming up soon. But yeah, so I got the diff out and verified that everything looks fine there. And yeah, I completely agree with you that the fact that I had soft bushings saved a lot of bigger problems. And the fact that I kept it off the wall saved a lot of bigger problems.
Yeah, there's also that, yeah.
Yeah, I took a screen grab of that video from Mike's car, from Scully, and yeah, you're probably like 3 to 6 inches off the Armco on the inside of the bus stop, like because the car pitched so hard.
Yep.
It was gnarly, and then DK instincts took over.
Well,
it's a good thing you were driving a drift car. Otherwise, it would have been real bad.
Yep, that's true. The 350Z instinct just took over and saved me.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
And I don't know if the fact that like I snapped the drive shaft and that like helped like snap it back straight rather than like a back and forth type situation, like tank slapping it.
Yeah.
Because it was literally just all the way left, all the way straight, and that was it. It was like one quick motion there and back.
So I had a thing at TWS in like 2016, like the one time I took the Camaro there, that I missed getting my
Word of the week. Yeah.
my rev match. Hi, Miles.
So annoyed. At my work, Mike is like so good at noise canceling, and y'all hear every little thing.
So I missed getting a heel toe from third to second going into turn like 3 there, I think, and it pitched the car sideways in the same way, and my onboard, like, it instantly put like a turn, like nearly a full rotation of wheel into it, and then just whoop right back. But it just wheel hopped because it wasn't going as fast and it wasn't as big of an RPM differential, but it like wheel hopped really bad and broke the panner bar mount in the back whenever it did it. But it was like a similar kind of just like all of a sudden the car is like 30 or 40 degrees sideways. Like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened?
Yep. But it was definitely kind of like, maybe not funny, haha, but it was just kind of like, we saw that video. I went home and watched the in-car and showed Jess the in-car. And, like, it's a real fast reaction. I catch it at best, and, like, I don't overreact and I don't make it worse. But it was just, like, the drive home, I'm just, like, all I could think about, not the fact, like, oh, that was a great save. All I could think about was, I'm the worst fucking driver in the world. Like, nobody makes these mistakes except for me. And like, it was like a lot of people make these mistakes. Like literally all the best drivers that I know have money shifted and have well documented on their Instagrams and Facebooks and stuff. Like I know that Matt Walbaum did it at the exact same track that same weekend. So it was just like, it's a thing. But it was just like, I really beat myself up over that, like that one thing. I was just like, you're fucking terrible at this. And it was just like, I had to take a step back and go, dude, you gotta lay off yourself a little bit.
Well, and also like, it's not a normal situation to need to downshift from fifth for this crazy ass offset chicane that's got no margin for error all the way around it. Yep. While also bumper to bumper with 30 cars. Like this is a pretty intense situation for somebody that does this 3 or 4 times a year. Yes. Max.
Yeah. So. And that's it too. It's like, just give myself a break and accept the fact that, like, again, this is a lot of good luck looking like bad luck. Cause like this could have been so much worse. But I was kind of thinking about that too. Is like, it's the last lap of the last race of a long weekend. It'd been hot. I had dropped a diff on my hand.
But that was fine. There was no issue there.
Yeah. You told Jess that didn't happen.
Yeah. I'm sure that played no effect on any of that. I'm sure.
How is the hand, by the way?
It's fine. Okay.
It's fine. Fine. Yeah.
The bruising's gone. Okay. Actually, it was kind of sore all week. They had very close to very catastrophic failure there. But, like, yeah, so I'll figure out what I want to do with the diff situation. Seems like a good excuse to go to a Geico and get it, because I got to rebuild it anyways and actually do the crush washer, or not, the crush sleeve correctly and get all that torqued to spec and verify all the things and not just
order the NASA grade Loctite for everything.
Yep, that's for sure happening. And then I'm gonna stick with the theory that I'm not going to solid bushings again. I'm gonna go to Delrin, so I get a little solid, but also if this happens again, I can rip out the bushings rather than everything else.
That's what I like. That's the one place on my car that I'm perfectly happy with my energy urethane stuff. Like,
yeah. No, I mean,
it transfers enough vibration into the car as it is.
Yeah, everything else is solid mounted, so it'd be nice to maybe have a fusible link somewhere in there, besides the drive shaft or the internals of my engine and transmission.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you got those good rods.
Yeah, that's probably why they're fine. And the Inconel bolts helped.
What to say? You popped for the extra strength ARP bolts.
Yep. So, but yeah, and we didn't have any plans to go to Lime Rock. I originally did, but I have to be an adult and buy a washer and dryer. So
that's probably the lamest excuse I've heard to not go to a race.
I know. Well, I don't have it. That's fine.
You've got a credit card, Robbie. Come on now.
I'm not doing that. Life is expensive.
How committed to this are we?
0. I'm not committed.
It's only 26% interest, Robbie.
I'm not committed at all. No, it was one of those things.
See, he doesn't have kids. He's just rolling around in money.
I know.
Yeah.
How many bags of money did you find just like stashed in places up there while you were there?
It wasn't bags.
The towels are in the left cabinet. Oh, sorry, the right cabinet. No, the left cabinet's the one where all the money is.
Yeah, in like that, his actual like instead of a proper pillow, it's just hundreds.
It's just cash
inside the case.
Yeah, you can't trust banks, man. You got to just keep it in cash. No, because like our washer and dryer both have like needed repairs or have like just stopped working in the last year, and we knew this was coming, and so the washer just like stopped, and just like this seems like a good excuse to redo our laundry room. Yep. So now the whole just everything taken out, cabinets, everything fresh everything, new washer and dryer. That's our August project. So
that's $20,000.
It's not $20,000. It feels like it's $20,000.
It has to do with the house, and you said that the cabinets are gone. It's $20,000. That's all I hear.
I like your optimism though.
Yeah, 20 is kind of on the low side. Yeah.
So that's getting that's happening in August. Plus, work's gonna be nuts the entire month, and I know that getting away for a weekend is probably not really an option. So, it is what it is.
I hear Connecticut's beautiful this time of year.
I'm sure it is. I know. The Kanakary is going to be. He was talking about doing a Mid-Ohio HPDE fun day in September, so maybe I'll tag along for that. And then what Grid Life's doing a track day picnic at Gingerman later in the year too, so that'd be super chill. So.
Robbie, can you pull some strings and get Mid-O added back to the calendar so I can actually do a Grid Life next year?
No. Can you talk to Texas about having a track? More than one?
Well, we got the one.
Yeah, we got the one.
Okay, well,
and then there's another
for another.
Yeah, I was gonna say
really awesome.
You got till December until that's not the one. That's not.
We have S tier bathrooms and showers at ECR, and I need you to put some respect on that name. S-tier.
We need Eagles Canyon to care about something more than just getting new memberships.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean, the paddock would be just a complete nightmare, but a festival out there would be so good. It'd be so cool, and that track is awesome.
It is an awesome track. I don't know. We should just meet in Hallett and have a fun weekend.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
There's a weekend event coming up that I know about.
I meant next year. We're done. We're moving on.
Quitter.
Nah, we've moved on. I'm doing LS swap things and rebuilding bathrooms or laundry rooms. Being an adult,
bathroom would be even more expensive.
Don't talk. No, don't even. She figured out how to use Chat GPT to make to show you what your room could look like.
To burn down trees to find out what.
Yeah. So she did that to decide how we wanted to do the laundry room, and then she's like taking pictures of the bathroom and the kitchen. I'm like, fuck. This is gonna be the most expensive thing ever.
$20,000 was definitely on the low side after all the things you just listed.
It was better when they had to just use their imagination with Etsy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Pinterest.
Yep.
Not Etsy, Pinterest.
Yeah.
Etsy's the thing where they buy the things that go on the wall, not imagine what it's all going to look like.
Live, laugh, love science.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, all in all, car came back in one piece ish, 2 pieces. And it's now in 6 pieces, but that's fine. And then I started working on the LS swap, and now there's just more shit to buy there. So I'll eventually get it all back together. We got all winter. August.
We do this because it's fun.
August is going to be so busy, and I'm not not for any of the things I want to be doing. It's just going to be a busy month of work. So being an adult sucks so bad.
You should have a
kid.
The
worst.
I can't. I legitimately can't imagine having the work schedule I have this June and August, and having a family outside of just a wife. I don't know how people do it.
It's complicated sometimes.
I looked in the garage the other day and was like, why haven't I? Oh yeah, because every weekend there's something for him going on.
I bet,
but I wouldn't change it. So
no. All I got to say is that I didn't do enough 6-7s over the weekend.
God damn it. So I had new door cards printed up. So I because brain rot is ruining my life. I was like, well, maybe I'll just go to 68 or whatever. And then, so I was like, well, I could also just like number each car that I have. So, 65, 66, 70, 67, 68, and all that stuff. And then Jessica gave me a rash of shit. She was like, you already have shirts. You've been racing with this number forever. Don't let the children ruin your thing. So I don't know if I told you all, but I was doing a hardship lap at ECR, and one of the corner workers was doing this at me. I just had to wave at him, not be a dick.
He was just mad that you were doing a hardship lap.
Yeah, they hate that.
Yes, he was.
They'd rather come out in the middle of a session and get your broken car off the track.
I love that they use that picture of that moment for their ad. That was awesome.
Yeah, so like I finished my weekend at Watkins Glen, came home, went to work the next day like an adult.
I don't recommend doing that.
No, it sucks. But
even if you don't hate your job anymore,
I don't hate my job.
It's still not fun.
No, I'm incredibly busy. I still like my job. I'm just very, very busy. I didn't get to go on a 3-week vacation. That's what I'm saying.
To do it properly, which you're not doing clearly. We've established this. You
spend the month and a half.
Yeah, you spend the week after the race driving all the way across the country, visiting various state parks and everything, and then you get home at midnight on Sunday, go to work the next morning. This is typically how you do it.
With a 5-year-old and a 90-pound dog.
She's only 80 pounds, but yes.
I like how you had all the time in the world to get back at a decent time.
Still got home at midnight the night before work.
You know why we got home late, right?
No.
The perfect vacation crosses the finish line.
I had to go see my dear friend, Dustin Nixon, and his lovely wife. And we had a nice dinner because I talked to Jessica, and I was like, I kind of want to break the trip up. I'm tired of being on the road. She's like, yeah, let's go have a nice sit-down dinner. And we had a great time.
And at 8:45, as we were standing in the parking lot, I was like, man, I'm glad my house is like right over there.
So here's the problem with having the odometer on my truck when I left it in Arkansas was at 4250, I think, for the trip, like me leaving Austin. And so the problem is when you have such a long route, the distance between Dallas and Austin is like going down the neighborhood. So
it's only 3.5 hours.
How long could it possibly be? I just drove from upstate New York. It was 3.5 hours.
I bet it was.
Wouldn't change it for the world, though.
I thought it was a pretty long drive.
Yeah, so Dusty has a 5-year-old. I have a 5-year-old. They were vibing, causing a ruckus, gave them ice cream. It was awesome.
They were instantly best friends, just like me and Matt instantly became best friends like 2 years ago at this point. So,
exactly. See?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I guess we completely glossed over it. So what'd you all do on your 7-day trip back?
My 8-week trip, according to you?
I think it was only like 4, but
it was, yeah. So Columbus, a winery out of Cleveland. We stopped in Erie and saw a cool lighthouse. I wanted to make it do cool family stuff. So we all played on the beach at Lake Erie there for a little bit, and then we ended up spending 2 days in Buffalo because we wanted to go see Niagara Falls, and Jessica and Miles had never been to Canada, so we actually hopped over the border. We just got him a passport, made sure it worked, and we got to see the Niagara Falls for 15 whole minutes before it started absolutely coming down, pure deluge. And then so we ended up going to get some dinner, and in Canada they were very nice. All the Canadians really enjoyed it. Yeah, came back, and then I guess I wanted to get, so they let us load in on Wednesday night, so which was awesome because at Midwest Fest they don't let you do that. So actually drove over, did the same drive Dusty did just the day before, and got to the track right before dark. Got our spot. It was really cool. I really liked having the kind of easing into the weekend. I felt like I was way more mentally prepared and relaxed, and especially at a track like that. I mean, Road America, people say is sketchy. And it is in some spots, but I didn't feel like Watkins Glen. You just have to be on your stuff in 9 and 11. Like and the bus stop too, but
it's hard to write off a car on the back straight at Road America other than the kink, but you could easily write one off on the back straight at Watkins Glen.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So did the race weekend, and then we've been talking about this all year. It was very fun, like just the collaborative nature of like where we were finding stuff. So my wife would just kind of start looking for like state parks, and there's this app called Harvest Host where you can stay at like breweries and farms and stuff like that. So we're kind of doing a little bit of both. But yeah, we found these awesome little spots along the way. But I've never really been to the Southeast before. So one of the things I wanted to do is we ran through North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee, and I stopped and took the race car off the trailer and ran the Tail of the Dragon. Nice. And it was a lot of work to do that. It probably added about 3 hours to that day, but it was definitely worth it. It was cool.
Yeah, you would have regretted not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, we're already over there. Yep. It's already a long trip. Yep. Like, you're not going to make it not longer, you know?
Right.
There's no shortcuts you can take from upstate New York back to Austin.
Yeah, we definitely need to go back down there. That was super fun.
Mm-hmm. Did Miles ride with you on it?
Miles rode in a rear-wheel drive V8 Nissan on the Tail of the Dragon. So he was not in my car.
No. Okay.
So my wife drove our
I was
truck.
like, V8.
My wife drove our high-top Nissan van on the Tail of the Dragon, and it was awesome because so we put his car seat in the front so we could see out of it, and we talked about putting him in the race car, but I was like, it's gonna be kind of hot and it sort of smells like exhaust now that O2 sensor thing is loose. Maybe it's not a great idea. She's like, well, what am I gonna do? Just wait for you? I'm just gonna drive the truck. I'm like, heck yeah.
And because you have a race seat on both sides, right?
Yeah, I got a turkey with a nice thing on the top.
So if he does ride in there without like some kind of massive booster setup, he just sees a good view of the bottom of the dash and the door panel, probably.
Yeah, we have a car wash like I was saying earlier, like a block from our house. So I stacked pillows one day in the seat and put them in the harness, and we went to the car wash.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was having a blast there, but I had to get him up, otherwise he's just staring straight at the ECU.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things I've done on my car the last couple of years is put the stock seat back in the passenger side where I can use a regular booster with him, and he giggles the whole time. Anything above 3,000 RPM, he says that the police are going to come get us.
That's awesome. Yeah, so, I'm always curious. I'm like, are you cool? And he's like, get more gas.
Yeah,
right.
faster.
Yeah,
do it
exactly.
again, faster.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Matt, did you buy your power washer yet?
I have not. I'll be honest with you. What day is it? Thursday?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Who knows? Yeah, I got back Monday, and considering how little sleep I got, I actually felt like really good. I was like, I'm back, baby. I don't have any like
you're crashing so hard right now.
And
it's like,
yeah, Tuesday I was really feeling it, and so just kind of I've been really trying to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, there's some things I need to purchase, like a power washer, and I don't know, what did I break? Oh, an O2 sensor, stuff like that. So
the engine brace that holds it across the top, that came in clutch.
I got friends for that.
That's fair.
Gonna go to Columbus.
Fair.
Just gonna tow my car to Columbus.
You don't just like buy the tool the one time you need it and then just hang on to it for your entire life.
I don't have 4 garages.
That seems like a you problem.
It is definitely
if you keep buying the things and you run out of room, you have to buy the shop. You see how this works?
No,
you see how
right. No, I know, but that's the problem. You have way more self control than I do. Because if I had your spot, I would have like a C10. I would have because every car I've ever wanted.
The cost of other things dictates that you don't get to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Having it makes it expensive, and now I can't have other things.
Fair enough. I really want a bandsaw, which I broke twice. I broke your. You
didn't break it. You just pushed the band off. And it's a cheap like.
I feel.
If you don't kick the band off of a bandsaw when you use it, you're not using it right.
This is like one of those like $100 Harbor Freight ones. Like it does an okay job, but it doesn't do a great job.
We have a super nice Milwaukee one that we use at the shop every day, and I kick it off at least once a week. So.
Really? Okay. Well, I feel better about that. But yeah, so like a bandsaw is something I would really wish I had. I really wish I had like a bigger fabrication table and all this other stuff, but I'm just working out of a 2-car garage, so I'm just like, there's just no way.
I would highly recommend like somewhere in the like 6 to 8 car range. Highly recommend it.
Minimum. Like that's like poverty spec. You know?
And then whatever's attached to your house, like that can just
And as long
Oh,
as
cool.
you're
That's for the dailies.
yeah.
as long as you're willing to
house
have a 2-hour commute to get to anything worthwhile, you can afford that in Texas.
Yeah, I think if a similar house to Robbie's, you're way out in the sticks. Like you're not even you're in a
Or it's-
different county than
or it's $2 million.
Travis or Harris or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
I think it's an awesome spot.
Yep. Plus the tiny town that I live by has all the restaurants are good, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's pretty good. Oh my gosh. So I'm out there, get the car fixed after the nut and bolt, which that's what it's there for. Like I'm gonna go take it for a rip, make sure the alignment's good or whatever, and then Robbie has the most sick
Loop.
check your car out loop.
Yeah, so
It's all
basically
fields. There's no like curbs or shoulders. It's this amazing little go check your car out, and then it's not sketchy because it's just corn. It's awesome.
Yeah, so you basically you come out of my driveway, you take a right, and then the road kind of curves to the right. I don't know, maybe a quarter mile down the road. And then another quarter mile down the road, you take another right, and then it's just like a straight shot for like a mile or so. And then you take another right, and it's a straight shot roughly for another mile or so. And then it puts you like side by side with the interstate right before the bridge. And so it's really fun to like test your car as you're passing the interstate at higher speeds than them, allegedly.
So good. Allegedly.
And then you come to the stop sign, you take a right, and then it's a straight shot to the house. And it's like a 4-mile loop. It's like perfect.
It's awesome.
And like there's this one neighbor kid that's always outside on his bike every single time.
Yes.
Yep.
He was awestruck. He stopped like on his bike, and he's like, it looked uncomfortable how much of a pretzel he had made his body to just stare at my car. And so I slowed down to make sure
I always go extra slow there because that's like a cluster of houses, and then they're like right on the corner. So,
but I think he's just ultra stoked to see a race car.
Yep.
He was like, "Whoa, look at that drift car!"
Yep. He's like broke his neck to turn his whole body fast enough so he could just do this with his hands.
Also, that was the next joke I was gonna make. Yeah.
I deserve it all.
Oh man, but it was fun. That besides almost wrecking and losing everything, it was super fun.
Dusty, I'm really glad you came up.
Same.
I had an awesome trip just with everybody there. Evan and Liz and Rory and everybody. It was so cool.
The hangs were top notch, and the track is one of my favorites.
I lost count of the number of people that like being out on a corner and talking to the other guys that were shooting, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm from North Carolina. I'm from New Jersey. I'm from here. I'm from Texas." I'm like, what?
Yeah, why?
Why are you here?
How'd you come all the way out?
We have a podcast.
Yeah, totally logical.
So yeah, I have a problem. Yeah, but we haven't talked about concerts yet.
Oh.
How do we gloss right over that? But yeah,
I don't remember what Friday night was because Saturday night was Shaq and T-Pain, and
Friday night was it was like
Zewo.
Yeah.
I can't. It starts like
Friday night was actually cool.
She was
kind of.
great.
It was more musical than just like robot smash music.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
because it was like
kind of.
Yeah, it was like EDM house type music, but there was a girl like singing the whole time. They were fucking great. I can't think of their name right now.
Lazewo, I think is how
something like that.
Yeah, because it's like the word lasers in there, then they like added to it.
I think, and then the one after them wasn't bad, but
they were okay,
I was more interested in going and showering at that point.
Yeah,
so.
I only lasted like 2 songs for the actual headliner. Then I went and showered.
Yeah, so the showers were like straight out from the festival stage, and it's a permanent building, but it's like a sheet metal roof. And so Saturday night, they're still bumping over on the festival stage, and I'm in there taking a shower, and it sounds like the thing is about to explode from the inside.
It sounds like you're inside of a subwoofer.
Yeah. It's just a 30 by 40 sub cabinet.
Yep. And then
Saturday night, like 6:45, I think, was Shaq,
which is so weird that they start with him.
Goes by DJ Diesel as his like EDM DJ set name. So the hilarious thing, whenever we get over there, he's standing behind this platform that has been literally nearly shoulder high on everybody that has performed up to that point, and he's almost having to bend down to touch the board in front of him. Like, that's a massive human being.
He's so tall.
And I don't understand how any of that works. I don't understand how, like, they're making the music. I don't know how involved he is in all of it, but he's just kind of like turning the volume down every once in a while and saying, "Hands up."
Yeah. He did a good job of like commanding the crowd though.
Yeah, everyone was
best.
into it, and it was super cool.
Yep. And then he would go ladies only mosh pit.
Yeah, ladies only mosh pit. Ladies only. Fellas, watch out for my ladies out there.
Hey, y'all! I have a domestic disturbance. I have to leave. Everything's fine, but pleasure to see y'all.
All right, it was great to see you, man.
Thanks, man.
Later.
See ya. That was awfully rude to just leave like that.
Ah, yeah.
Jeez. Some
First
people.
Adam, now this.
Yeah.
Kids don't change anything.
No, they sure don't. Wives and kids don't change nothing.
So, and then like toward the end of his set, T-Pain came out and did, they have like a collab song, I guess, that they did together. And like that's the first time I've seen T-Pain on stage, and like to watch a dude just roll out in the middle of someone else's set and just grab hold of a giant crowd of people and just like take control of the situation was wild. Like, he's up on the platform, like he comes out and he's just up on the platform, like throwing down, and it was wild.
Shaq is great. He was probably my favorite set from Saturday. I actually liked him more than T-Pain's set. I just wanted to hear "I'm on a boat." That's really all I wanted.
So we had the whole conversation either the night before or earlier that afternoon. I was texting with my wife, and she was like, "Is he gonna do I'm on a boat?" I'm like, kind of
has to, right?
And we discussed it at the time, and you're like, well, he has to, like, right? Like,
people would love that.
Yeah, and so like his stuff is a mix. There's samples of different, like older hip hop songs, and like, it's bass dubstepy kind of stuff, but like him putting the ear for it and the production value that he can put into things, having the resources that he has, like, this is a whole other level. Like, the visuals were crazy, the music was crazy. Yeah, it was a wild set.
Yeah, super well done, especially for someone that's just kind of starting to dabble in it. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that he hasn't taken it seriously for a long time, but it's just like there's clearly a shift in focus for him professionally, because like they started that basement label that they basically just announced at Grid Life, and then now they're he's doing these DJ sets and that type of music. So it's kind of cool to see him like shift that gear, and you can see where his focus is going. But personally, I would have loved to have seen him just do a T-Pain concert and like kind of go back and forth between the two. But that's just me being selfish.
Yeah, I was hoping after the way that he came out during the Shaq set that he would do more
singing.
Do more singing.
Yeah. And I realized that's not the concert we were at. Like, that's the concert I wanted to be at. That's two totally different things.
Yeah, which I've never listened to any of his his actual music. I've never listened to any of it.
I hadn't, I don't know, but I've been around him more at events like this. You're like, hey, I know of him better, and then you start listening to his music, and it's like, oh, I really like these songs, and it's just funny how that kind of snowballs into like, I didn't know anything, and now it's just like, yeah, I know like all of his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's rolling through it, and he's been going for a while, and then like there's like 2 notes of something, and I just threw my hands straight up in the air and yelled, "Yeah!" Because I instantly knew that we were about to be on a boat.
Yep. It was so good.
I had to go back and watch that the other day because I was trying to explain it to my dad. If my dad had ever seen it, I don't think he didn't remember it, at least. And I went back and pulled the original SNL sketch up, and it's so like the setup for it is so ridiculous. Like
it's the perfect rap song.
Andy Samberg wins a boat ride for 3 out of a box of cereal. And he's sitting there with his 2 buddies, and he's like, Cornelius, or some weird name,
his
like
weird
Cornelius
name.
and T-Pain. And
Cool.
T-Pain just nods. He's like, cool.
We like, this is back, when it first came out. We actually were sitting at a buddy's house watching SNL that night for whatever reason when it actually aired live.
Yeah.
A bunch of white kids in the basement of someone's house in Iowa were just like, this is the best song ever.
Well, and it's like the stuff that they did, the stuff that Andy Samberg did with Timberlake on there too.
Yep.
Like, I never cared anything about Justin Timberlake, and like him doing goofy stuff on SNL, it was like, oh, now I actually listen to his
Yep.
like that 2020 album is like crazy good,
It's really
front
good.
to back.
It's really good.
And that was 100% because he did Dick in a Box. I never would have listened to it until he did Dick in a Box.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that was 2 nights of pretty cool music too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, good concerts, good venue. Yeah, I mean it was a really good event. It's always one of those things like I wish I would have saw more, because I felt like I missed a bunch of stuff that I never had a chance to go venture out to, or like spent all day thrashing on Friday, and then by the time we're done, we go and head over to the concert and then shower and we're done. So it just doesn't feel like there's enough hours in the day to do the things while you're competing, or photography or anything. Like if you have an agenda, you're gonna miss a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
right. Ryan Christoph had a part of his video was there's a company called like Electro Co. or Electro and Co. or something like that they've got these little drift carts, and they had a setup in the vendor midway area that they had a small drift cart track on. And every time I went by there, it was like packed with people. Yeah. But then I saw Ryan had a video that they were doing night drifting on it at some point, and it looked like it. I don't know if it was just like people that are friends, or if it was still just like letting people just show up and do it. But that was one of the things that I saw that I was like, oh, how did I miss that?
Yep. Literally every time you go to a Grid Life, you go home, you start to see the pictures, and then you see the thing like, oh, that looks super fun.
They were doing that?
Yeah,
no,
missed it. You either walked right past it and didn't see it, but it was there. So
yeah, like I roamed around a bunch on Friday, and which I spent the whole first half of the day just trying to like get my head wrapped around shooting again, because I haven't shot on a big track since Road America last year.
Oh yeah,
and I hauled off and got a new 100 to 400 lens, or new to me at least, because I knew on a big track like Watkins Glen I wanted some more lens length to get closer out to the cars whenever you're far away on a track like that. And then coincidentally ended up with that lens on the camera and my bag not with me a couple different times for drift, and I'm like, this is way too much lens. I can't do what I want to do right now with it.
Plus it weighs like 80 pounds, so you need your monopod and all that other stuff.
Well, and like part of what had me so screwed up on Friday was I was trying to shoot with the monopod, and I've never fought through that not working long enough to get to where it does work. And I don't know, I need to tweak on the setup on it a little bit, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's
I
one
don't know,
of those,
finally.
yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things like once you have it like a feel for it, you're like, oh man, this is the best.
Yeah, to shoot the slow shutter crazy blur stuff that I really want to get, the Rob Wilkinson
Yep.
not from here alien shit, like
Well, it's not fair because the sun that
Yeah.
he gets is not the same
Yeah,
sun as ours.
he operates under an entirely different solar system somehow. But
Ridiculous.
so like Friday afternoon, I had walked down to the boot, and that's forever. I did the same thing that I did at Road America of like, I looked around and realized like, oh, I'm 2 miles away from where I started. I'm at the bottom of or I'm at the heel of the boot. And I was like walking back, and I stopped at the convenience store and got a Snickers, and then realized that I'd left my monopod leaning against the fence.
Damn it.
All the way back down at the heel. So I walked all the way back to the paddock, and then got my happy butt in the rental car, and then drove back out there and grabbed my monopod, shot a little bit at the heel, and then went over and found the pedestrian walkway to get down inside the boot.
Oh, nice.
And like the sun's shining through the trees. It's like getting a little bit later in the afternoon. And I shot basically an entire session from the inside of the boot and was just doing what I normally do and getting stuff that I liked.
Nice.
And it like, okay. I had the same thing that you do on track of like, okay, I don't totally suck at this. I do kind of deserve to be here a little bit.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it's funny. I went back and looked at the stuff that I was getting with the monopod on Friday morning, and I was like, this is like, I was shooting at the top of the S's, which is exactly where I wanted to be. Like,
Yeah.
I was looking at pictures from the S's and video from the S's and thinking like, that's the shot. I want the cars coming up over that crest on the apex of the second part of the S's. Like, that's the thing that I want. And I shot that first thing, and I didn't like any of it.
Yep. That just means you're gonna have to go back.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, it's a good, like, it's been a good little just like getaway, couple days off work thing. Both of these last 2 years. So
Yep.
if the schedule remains somewhat similar, and I have buddies going again, because that's the big, like, I either wanted to go there or I wanted to do Laguna. Like, I want to shoot Laguna really bad.
I get that.
But I don't know enough people on the West Coast crew. Like, I'm going to be there kind of just on my own. I'll make friends along the way, but
You will.
I don't like, it's not the same as hanging out for a weekend with a group of buddies. So.
Yep. Well, that's what I said that to Jess too. It was just kind of like it was. I knew August was going to be nuts, and then pair that with our now home renovation projects, and I was just like, all my closest buddies won't be at Lime Rock.
Yeah.
So you pair that with all that together, it's like this. It's not really a priority right now. Then we'll just kick off the off season early and head into next year and plan better so that I can actually do like I planned to do this year was to take more days off, so I don't have to like thrash to get there, do the weekend, and then be back at work on Monday.
Yeah.
And so like that didn't work out this year, but that was the plan. So I want to go to these things and like not rush out of there. Kind of do what Matt did, where you take it, maybe not 3-4 weeks, but a couple days where I can just see the city and not have anything to do with the track. It would have been cool to spend one more day just bumming around Watkins Glen. So next year will be fun.
Next time I go, some more hiking around that gorge for sure.
Yes.
And I want to drive the old track. Like, I can't recommend enough that It's Not the Car episode with Sam telling the story of Watkins Glen. It's wild. He's got all kinds of like, guys that rolled their cars off in a creek, and then the people came over and just helped them flip the car back up, right? And they just kept on going.
That sounds spot on. Yeah, I'll have to listen to that one. I don't know if I know I haven't listened to that one, so
they have one. He has one for Road America too. That's really cool. Sam's a storyteller, so that's the one from Road America was a year or two ago.
Okay, but, yeah, I'll definitely put those next in my queue. But I think that's it after our summer break. We'll have to try to get back into a little bit more regular schedules now. I say that as I literally just got done telling you how busy August is going to be.
Yeah, my kid starts school next week. It's going to be awesome.
I cannot believe it's that time of year already.
Yep. Yeah, that's what this has been on the calendar forever. July 24th through the 26th. It's like, oh, that's not like there's still a lot of summer left after that. And then I got back and realized like, oh, this Thursday is my kid's last day at his original Montessori school that he's been at since he was like before he could walk. And then the next week he goes to the new school that he's doing for his after school. And then the next week after that's kindergarten. Like, yeah, okay.
Wild. Yep.
I'm not old enough to have a kindergartner, except I am, apparently.
Yep. Don't worry. It'll get worse before it gets worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But hey.
And at some point I need to figure out how to get more data logging parameters into ECU Tech and get with Joe and get him to fix my car, because now that it's 100 degrees, like all of those little low RPM things it's been doing are like really, really obvious.
Oh, yeah.
So
He'll get you squared away. I need to call him just to catch up. Like, and not just be like, let's talk about cars. Like, literally just catch up. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But it was great to see you in New York. We'll have to do it
a ton
again.
of fun.
Yes, I genuinely enjoyed everything outside of the parts that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, speaking of old tracks that ran classic racing series on them, my shirt is from one of the last seasons of Texas World Speedway.
Oh, man.
That was there from 1969 to... This shirt says 2015, but this was actually like the second or third year that it was the last season ever.
Oh, man.
And the last season ever actually ended up being the one after this, but yeah.
I do not like knowing the number of tracks I've been on that are no longer in existence is not zero, and that sucks.
At least you didn't drag race. That's even more depressing.
That would be rough.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Yep. But
and on that note,
in summary, get out and support your local racetrack.
Yes.
Check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Ooh, and there's a group on Facebook called the 10/10 Consortium.
Yep.
Be chatty. We'll talk.
Yeah. I posted my favorite thing in there that I've found in a while the other day. It was a Saturn Sky with Lambo doors on it, and I am convinced that was created by AI specifically for this show.
It's the perfect car.
It's all of our favorite. The only way it could have been better is if it had 3-spoke wheels on it. If it was green. Or yeah, okay,
that'd be great.
Yeah, green sky with Lambos and 3 spokes. That's so maybe we're not completely in a simulation, or at least this simulation isn't fully tailored to us.
Not yet. That day is coming.
Yep, we're getting there.
And on that note, we'll catch everybody next week.